Mountains, pillars of nature, culture, and life. Mountains have fascinated humanity for centuries. They rise majestically, piercing the sky, and stand as symbols of power, endurance, and tranquility. Covering about a quarter of the Earth's land area, mountains play a vital role in supporting ecosystems, regulating climate, and shaping human cultures. Whether viewed as geological wonders, sacred sites, or natural fortresses of biodiversity, mountains command respect and inspire awe. This essay delves into the geological formation of mountains, their ecological and cultural significance, the challenges they face in the modern era, and the efforts being made to conserve and sustainably manage these irreplaceable features of the Earth. Geology, the formation of mountains. Mountains are not static entities, they are products of dynamic geological processes that unfold over millions of years. Their formation involves tectonic activity, volcanic processes, and erosional forces, each contributing to the variety of mountain types seen across the globe. Fold mountains. Fold mountains are the most common and often the highest. They form when tectonic plates collide, pushing layers of the Earth's crust upward into folded structures. Examples include the Himalayas, created by the collision of the Indian and Eurasian plates, and the Andes, formed along the convergent boundary of the South American plate and the oceanic Nazca plate. These mountains are young, with jagged peaks and steep slopes, symbolizing their ongoing growth. Fault block mountains. These mountains result from the movement of large blocks of the Earth's crust along faults. Tensional forces pull the crust apart, causing some blocks to sink and others to rise. The Sierra Nevada in the United States exemplifies fault block mountains, characterized by sharp escarpments and relatively flat summits. Volcanic mountains. Volcanic mountains are born from eruptions, where molten magma escapes through the Earth's crust and solidifies. Over time, repeated eruptions build towering structures, such as Mount Fuji in Japan and Mount St. Helens in the United States. These mountains are often isolated and dramatic in appearance. Dome mountains. Dome mountains form when magma pushes upward beneath the Earth's crust but does not erupt. The upward pressure creates a rounded dome shape, which is later exposed by erosion. The Black Hills of South Dakota are a well-known example. Plateau mountains. Plateau mountains emerge from the erosion of high plateaus, leaving behind elevated landforms. The Catskill Mountains in New York are a prominent example. These mountains often have flat tops and are less rugged than other types. The diversity of mountain types reflects the complexity of Earth's geological processes, underscoring their role as dynamic agents of planetary change. The ecological significance of mountains. Mountains are critical to the Earth's ecological balance. They are home to unique ecosystems, provide essential resources, and influence weather patterns. Despite their ruggedness, mountains are fragile environments that require careful stewardship. Biodiversity hotspots. Mountains are among the most biodiverse regions on Earth. The variation in altitude creates microclimates, supporting a wide range of plant and animal species. The Andes, for example, host more than 30,000 species of vascular plants, while the Himalayan region is home to snow leopards, red pandas, and rhododendrons. Mountains are also home to endemic species, meaning organisms found nowhere else on Earth. Water towers of the world. Mountains serve as natural water reservoirs, capturing precipitation that feeds rivers and aquifers. Glaciers, snowpacks, and mountain streams supply fresh water to nearly half of the world's population. Rivers such as the Ganges, Nile, and Yangtze originate in mountain ranges, providing water for drinking, agriculture, and industry. Climate regulation. Mountains influence regional and global climates. Acting as barriers to air masses, they create diverse weather patterns on their windward and leeward sides. They also sequester carbon through forests and peatlands, helping mitigate the impacts of climate change. Soil and agriculture. Mountain regions support unique agricultural systems, such as terraced farming in the Andes and the Himalayas. These methods maximize arable land on steep slopes while preventing soil erosion. The fertile soils of volcanic mountains are particularly productive, supporting crops such as coffee, tea, and potatoes. Mountains and human culture. Throughout history, mountains have been integral to human culture, inspiring myths, art, religion, and exploration. They are revered as sacred sites, serve as natural fortresses, and symbolize human perseverance and transcendence. Sacred mountains. Many cultures view mountains as sacred spaces, attributing them with divine or supernatural qualities. Mount Olympus in Greece was regarded as the home of the gods, while Mount Kailash in Tibet is revered in Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon. These sacred peaks often become pilgrimage sites, drawing worshippers seeking spiritual enlightenment. Artistic and literary inspiration. Mountains have inspired countless works of art, literature, and music. The Romantic poets of the 19th century, such as William Wordsworth and Percy Shelley, celebrated mountains as symbols of sublime beauty and transcendence. In painting, the landscapes of the Alps and the Rocky Mountains have been immortalized by artists seeking to capture their grandeur. Cultural identity. For indigenous communities, mountains are not just geographical features but cultural landmarks. The Sherpa people of Nepal, for example, have built their lives around the Himalayas, guiding climbers and preserving traditional knowledge. Similarly, the Quechua people of the Andes maintain agricultural practices and rituals tied to their mountain environment. Mountaineering and adventure. Mountains symbolize challenge and achievement. Peaks like Mount Everest, K2, and Denali attract climbers from around the world, pushing human limits in the pursuit of exploration. Beyond climbing, activities like skiing, trekking, and paragliding have made mountains global hubs for recreation and tourism. Challenges facing mountains. Despite their grandeur and importance, mountains are under threat from human activity and climate change. These challenges not only endanger mountain ecosystems but also jeopardize the well-being of the billions of people who depend on them. Climate change. Mountains are particularly vulnerable to climate change. Rising temperatures are causing glaciers to retreat, reducing water availability for downstream communities. In the Andes, for example, many glaciers have shrunk significantly, threatening water supplies for cities and farms. The loss of snow cover also disrupts ecosystems and impacts tourism-dependent economies. Deforestation and habitat loss. Logging, agriculture, and urbanization are leading to deforestation in mountain regions. The removal of vegetation increases soil erosion, disrupts water cycles, and reduces biodiversity. The Appalachian Mountains in the United States, for instance, have seen significant deforestation due to mining and development. Over-tourism. Tourism is a double-edged sword for mountain regions. While it generates revenue and jobs, excessive tourism strains resources, damages fragile ecosystems, and creates waste management challenges. Popular destinations like Mount Everest and the Swiss Alps are grappling with overcrowding and environmental degradation. Natural hazards. Mountains are prone to landslides, avalanches, and earthquakes. Human activities such as deforestation and mining exacerbate these risks. In mountainous regions like the Himalayas, rapid urbanization has increased vulnerability to natural disasters, endangering lives and infrastructure. Water scarcity. Although mountains are sources of fresh water, over-extraction and pollution are creating water shortages in many regions. Climate change further compounds this issue, as altered precipitation patterns and reduced snowmelt disrupt water availability. Conservation and sustainable development. Recognizing the ecological and cultural significance of mountains, efforts are underway to conserve these natural wonders and promote sustainable development. These initiatives involve governments, international organizations, local communities, and researchers. Protected areas. Establishing national parks and reserves is a key strategy for mountain conservation. Protected areas such as Banff National Park in Canada and the Sagarmatha National Park in Nepal safeguard biodiversity, regulate tourism, and provide research opportunities. Community-based approaches. empowering local communities to manage resources sustainably is crucial for mountain conservation. Indigenous knowledge, such as traditional farming practices and forest management, complements scientific approaches to environmental stewardship. Global initiatives, international programs like the United Nations International Mountain Day and the Mountain Partnership raise awareness about the importance of mountains. These initiatives promote cooperation among nations to address shared challenges such as climate change and water scarcity. Sustainable tourism, ecotourism models prioritize minimizing environmental impact while maximizing benefits for local communities. Practices such as waste reduction, renewable energy use, and visitor education ensure that tourism in mountain regions remains sustainable. Scientific research, ongoing research on mountain ecosystems, climate change impacts, and conservation techniques provides valuable insights for decision makers. Studies on glacier dynamics, for example, help predict water availability and inform adaptation strategies. Mountains in the Anthropocene. The Anthropocene, an era defined by human impact on the planet, presents both challenges and opportunities for mountains. While human activities have accelerated environmental changes, they have also spurred technological advancements and global awareness of conservation needs. Technological innovations, satellite imagery, drones, and climate modeling tools are enhancing our ability to monitor and manage mountain environments. These technologies provide real-time data on glacier retreat, forest cover, and biodiversity changes. Climate adaptation, mountain communities are adopting innovative strategies to adapt to climate change. In the Andes, for instance, farmers are reviving ancient water management systems to cope with changing precipitation patterns. Global collaboration, efforts to protect mountains increasingly involve international collaboration. Transboundary initiatives, such as the Alpine Convention in Europe, demonstrate how countries can work together to address shared challenges. Famous mountains around the world. Here are some of the most famous mountains around the world. Mount Everest, located in the Himalayas, Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world, with a height of 8,848 meters. Mount Kilimanjaro, located in Tanzania, Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest mountain in Africa, with a height of 5,895 meters. Mount Fuji, located in Japan, Mount Fuji is an iconic volcanic mountain, with a height of 3,776 meters. Mount Olympus, located in Greece, Mount Olympus is the mythical home of the gods, with a height of 2,917 meters. Mount Denali, located in Alaska, Mount Denali is the highest mountain in North America, with a height of 6,190 meters. Conclusion. Mountains are more than geological formations, they are lifelines for ecosystems, reservoirs of biodiversity, and symbols of human resilience. Their towering presence reminds us of nature's grandeur and the intricate interdependence of all life on Earth. However, as they face unprecedented threats from climate change, deforestation, and overexploitation, the need for collective action becomes increasingly urgent. Through conservation, sustainable development, and global cooperation, we can protect mountains for future generations. Whether revered as sacred sites, explored as natural frontiers, or studied as ecosystems, mountains hold a timeless appeal that challenges us to rise to the occasion and safeguard these enduring treasures of the earth. Mountains are awe-inspiring natural wonders that play a crucial role in our planet's ecosystems and human societies. From their formation through geological processes to their significance as biodiversity hotspots and cultural icons, mountains are fascinating and complex landforms. However, mountains also face several challenges, including climate change, deforestation, overtourism, and poverty. It's essential that we work to protect and conserve our planet's mountain ecosystems for future generations.